kindergarten friends. It's Miss Hogue with the Gulfport School District, and today I'd like to read you a story. My story is called A Whistle for Willie. Now, when I have a book, there's some important things to know about that book. Every book has a front cover. This front cover protects the pages that are inside the book. Every book also has a back cover. The back cover also helps protect the pages in the book. Now, the front and back cover also give us information about the book. It'll give us the title, and it will tell us the author and the illustrator. Now, sometimes the author and the illustrator could be the same person. This book is written and illustrated by Ezra Jack Keats. That means he wrote the words and he created the pictures. Now, the pages in a book are held together by what we call a spine. You have a spine as well. It holds your bones in your back together, as well as attaches your head to your pelvic bones. So just like our spine, which holds things together, this spine keeps all of the pages in the book. Each book also has a title page. The title page gives us important information about the book. It will give us the author or illustrator. It will give us the title, and it will tell us the publishing company. The publisher makes the book. It has all of the fancy machines that put the entire book together. Would you like to read the story? Oh, how Peter wished he could whistle. I wonder who Peter is. Do you think it could be this little boy right here? Gosh, he doesn't look very happy, does he? I think Peter might have a problem. He saw a boy playing with his dog. Whenever the boy whistled, the dog ran straight to him. Peter tried and tried to whistle, but he couldn't. So instead, he began to turn himself around and around and around. He whirled faster and faster. When he stopped, everything turned down and up and up and down and around and around. Oh, goodness. So Peter has a problem. Peter does not know how to whistle. Peter saw his dog, Willie, coming. Quick as a wink, he hid in an empty carton lying on the sidewalk. Wouldn't it be funny if I whistled? Peter thought. Willie would stop and look all around to see who it was. Peter tried again to whistle, but still he couldn't. So Willie just walked on. Oh my goodness. So Peter wanted to play a trick on Willie, didn't he? But he could not play his trick because he could not whistle. Peter got out of the carton and started home. On the way, he took some colored chalks out of his pocket and he drew a long, long line. Do you like to play with chalk on the sidewalk? Oh, what happened here? Oh, look, Peter went around the girls who were jump roping right up to his door. He stood there and tried to whistle again. He blew till his cheeks were tired, but nothing happened. What is Peter's problem? Peter does not know how to whistle. He went into his house and put on his father's old hat to make himself feel more grown up. He looked in the mirror to practice whistling. Still no whistle. Look at Peter. He's trying very hard, isn't he? When his mother saw what he was doing, Peter pretended that he was his father. He said, "I come home early today, dear. Is Peter here?" His mother answered, "Why, no, he's outside with Willie." "Well, I'll go look for him," said Peter. Do you think Peter tricked his mother really? First, he walked along a crack in the sidewalk. Then he tried to run away from his shadow. Look at him running. Do you think he can run away from his shadow? He jumped off his shadow, but when he landed, they were together again. He came to the corner where the carton was, and who should he see but Willie? What do you think Peter might do next? "It's me," Peter shouted and stood up. Willie raced straight to him. Peter ran home to show his father and mother what he could do. They loved Peter's whistling, and so did Willie. How do you think Peter feels now? Do you think he's proud of himself? You know, he could not whistle, but he kept trying and never gave up. We call that perseverance. Peter's mother asked him and Willie to go on an errand to the grocery store. He whistled all the way there, and he whistled all the way home. The end. Let's review some things about the story. What do we call this part of the book? This is the front cover. This is the back cover. And this is the spine. Who was this story mainly about? Was it mainly about Peter? Or was it mainly about his parents? Or was it mainly about Willie? If you said Peter, you're absolutely correct. Peter is the boy in the story. Willie is in the story as well, but he's Peter's dog and he only shows up some of the time. Peter is what we call the main character. He is what the story is mostly about. And Peter had a problem in the story. What was Peter's problem? Peter could not whistle, and he wanted so badly to whistle. So how did Peter solve his problem? He kept practicing. You're absolutely right. You know, there are many things in kindergarten that are going to be a little bit hard at first, but if we keep practicing, we're certainly going to get better at it. Where did this story mainly happen? Did it mainly happen inside or outside? The story happened mainly outside in Peter's city. Do you think this mainly happened in the daytime or in the nighttime? It mainly happened in the daytime. So the setting of the story, or where the story takes place, is during the daytime in Peter's city. I hope you enjoyed the story, Whistle for Willie. It's written and illustrated by Ezra Jack Keats. That means he wrote the words and he illustrated or created the pictures. Every time you read a book, I want you to identify the front cover, the back cover, the spine, and the title page. This will help make you a better reader, but it'll also help you understand more about what the story is about. Well, bye, kindergarten friends. See you next time.